I am Raleigh Culp, as usual, with Bob Gilpatrick. How's it going, Bob?
Hello. Doing very well, Raleigh. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm energized, man. You know why?
Yeah. Let me guess. You took some Boomer Boost this morning?
I did. This is all I have left of what I took. Yep, I'm about to finish it on the show, and I have to tell you, I was feeling a little tired. I didn't sleep great last night, to be honest with you. I kind of fell asleep on the couch at 11:30, and then I woke up at 2 on the couch, and whenever you sleep on the couch, it's not good sleep.
Yeah.
So I went and laid down, and then around 4, I woke up, and I was like, oh. So I didn't sleep very well. So I was actually really draggy, and I'd already even drank a coffee before I started this. And even after the coffee, I was feeling kind of blah. But I have to say, I I drank this. I was sitting outside getting ready for the show, thinking about what I wanted to talk about. And I was like, I'm going to talk about how much better I feel. Like within about 10 minutes of me drinking that fog that I had kind of went away. So I'm feeling good. And I'm very happy because the new formula has finally arrived.
Yeah. It's awesome. Awesome. Good. Well, I'm glad you're feeling a boost.
Yes, I am feeling a boost.
Yeah. I get the same thing. I take the boost with the Gladiator barley, some powdered probiotics, little lignans.
Right.
And take my extra pills, my D3 and omega-3, and I'm good to go. That and a cup of bulletproof coffee.
Yes.
With all the good fats in it.
Yes.
Get your brain started for the day.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love I always see you come in with the bulletproof coffee. I don't do it every day. I've tried it once or twice, and it's funny because you look at the top and you see all the oil on top, and you're like, does that look right? Is that right? That's all the good stuff.
Well, it is, but if you put it in the blender and you blend it on high, it makes it frothy.
Ooh.
And that oil gets mixed in, and the frothy part tastes really good.
Nice.
So try that.
I will.
Like this buttery frappuccino.
Ooh, buttery frappuccino.
You got to blend it on high.
Sounds like we're talking
for like
Starbucks.
10 seconds.
Sounds like we're talking about Starbucks.
Yeah, but it's a lot healthier than
Yes, it's much healthier, and I have to say, let's get into it, man. So we have a new formulation of Boomer Boost, right? We have 68 nutrients for optimal overall health, and really, I have to say, natural energy creation. I can really feel that, and a lot of people who try the products, that's one of the first things they say is their energy is a lot better.
Yeah.
And so we had to make a few changes. Bob, you want to talk about
first,
those ones?
We'll tell people who are new what is Boomer Boost.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Sure.
So there's this concept in nutrition called the supplement pyramid.
Right.
And at the bottom of the pyramid is what they call foundational or fundamental nutrition, right? The middle part is individual, and the top part is optimization. So, but at the fundamental level, you need the basics of nutrition, which are macronutrients, which are fats, proteins, carbohydrates, and then the micronutrients are vitamins, minerals, coenzymes, other specialty nutrients. And for a long time, the scientists in the field of nutrition, the PhD level scientists, have known what the fundamental building blocks of human life are. And so we have been able to utilize that research and put together one powder that contains 68 nutrients, which are those basic building blocks. So what this does for people is, for a very affordable price, you can now get what would be the equivalent of 20 different bottles of vitamin pills you'd have to buy at the health food store or online, try to piece it together yourself, pay way more money than what you'd pay for the powder being put together by a special formulator, right? That is a joint effort between us, Boomers Forever Young, and Sloan Health Products, which has the assets and the team that can do such a complex project for us. And so now people can take a scoop, put it in the jar of Boomer Boost. It comes with the scoop. You put it in your blender bottle, add some water, shake it up and drink it. And it's a way better solution than trying to have these 20 bottles of vitamin pills. Most people can't take that many pills. It's a hassle to get them all together. It costs too much money, and it's just not a feasible way to do it.
It's also like the amount and ratios of what you need to be taking
Right.
is fairly precise, and that's a lot of what was put into the formula, the actual precision ratios of the nutrients. And one of the things that, I don't know about you, but when I do walk into a vitamin shop or whatever, there's so many different things that in a way, it's like you kind of get confused, and you kind of, in the end, might end up not buying anything because you don't know
Right.
what to buy. And so we like to call that supplement confusion. And one of the things that I think Boomer Boost does a great job of is ending that confusion and really making it simple, because, like, apart from water and the powder and shaking, all you got to do is drink it. And then you've got your base foundation for energy, good metabolism, circulation,
Yep. Health for your heart.
right? Antioxidants. And so you're able to really get everything you need in one simple, easy to use drink.
Yeah.
And we say that a lot,
Right.
but it's true. And in addition, when we pair it with stuff from our total health system, with the barley and probiotics, omega-3s, and the D3, that gives you not just, a simple basis, but the best building block you could have to build your health upon, just like a house.
And there are a couple of things that have to be taken separately. So the omega-3s are from fish oil.
Right.
And they tend to make the powders taste bad.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's a little bit of powdered DHA, EPA in the Boomer Boost, but we now know from research that you need a lot of DHA in particular to power your brain.
Right.
And so this is in a bottle on the side in the total health system, so you can take enough to power your brain, but not make the powder taste bad.
Right.
Now, vitamin D3 doesn't make the powder taste bad, but it needs to be customized more than any other thing because it's the sunshine vitamin. Some people are out in the sun. They get lots of sun and they don't need to take any vitamin D. Some people are never in the sun and they need to take 5 or 10,000 international units to get their blood level up.
Right.
But not everyone needs the same amount. And so this is why that is separate in pills on the side. Again, there's a little bit of D3 in the Boomer Boost, but not enough for everybody.
Right.
And so most people, and it's always good to get your level checked. You can get a blood test from your doctor, check your D3 level. You want it to be around 70, a little above. And so you can calibrate how many pills you need to take, how often, to get that level straight.
Yeah. 25-OHD is actually the name of the test. And they used to do it as a regular part of your blood panel, but now you actually have to request it.
Yeah.
And so if you guys, if people out there go to their doctors, which always, you got to double check what the blood levels are, always ask for a 25-OHD because it'll give you a really good overall marker of your health.
Yep.
It's actually a very important marker for overall health. So that's a good thing to check.
Absolutely. And so you asked earlier, Raleigh, what did we change? So
Right.
The Boomer Boost formula has improved over time. And once again, the batch we just got in is improved. So the sweetener is now from monk fruit.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. And we made sure that it was erythritol free because we had done a show. I believe we did a show on erythritol.
We did.
Live. So if you haven't seen that, go back onto our playlist, and there's a show in there about artificial sweeteners.
And earlier in the year, there was a big study that came out about erythritol and how a lot of times it's paired with monk fruit.
Yes.
For sweeteners.
Correct.
And there were some findings that erythritol is actually bad for your health.
Correct.
So we insisted on erythritol-free monk fruit for this formulation and going forward as well.
Absolutely. And that's one of the things that, as technology develops, you can actually make a formula like Boomer Boost even more efficient. And that's, it was founded on efficiency, having the right nutrients, precise ratios. But as things get discovered and new technologies are made more aware, and we're able to utilize those things, we can actually add that science to the new formula.
Yes, absolutely. The other things for people who have taken Boomer Boost before, recently we had put spirulina into Boomer Boost,
Yeah.
and we had about 10% of the people that took it did not like the spirulina in there for one reason or another.
Mm-hmm.
Some people thought it tasted bad. Some people thought they were getting an allergic reaction to it,
Mm-hmm.
and they couldn't take it. And so they were missing out on the other ingredients.
Right.
So we decided to take it out, and we replaced it with spinach, which was in the original formula.
Correct.
So it was an attempt at an improvement, and it improved the overall nutritional profile, but it made it so some people couldn't take it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not good, because we have a number of people that take Boomer Boost who really need it.
Mm-hmm.
They can't take lots of pills, but because of the condition they're in, they really need Boomer Boost. So
Exactly.
that's why we changed it. The other thing that we changed was we had garlic in the Boomer Boost.
Yep.
Now, things change over time. Supply chains change. For a long time, we had Allison, the extract of garlic, in Boomer Boost, and we didn't get any complaints about garlic taste and not being able to take it. But because of the availability from the supply chain, the last version before that, people were complaining about that.
Mm-hmm.
So we decided to just take it out.
Right.
Garlic was put in there primarily for heart health.
Right.
But there's a lot of other compounds in Boomer Boost that are great for your heart health.
Exactly.
Right? Coenzyme Q10, vitamins B1, B3, B6, phosphatidylcholine, arginine. So your heart is going to be plenty healthy without it. Some people really like taking garlic as a supplement, and you can get that on your own at your health food store.
Yeah.
You can even get it at the drugstore. And so if you had your heart set on having garlic in your regime, you can get it on your own, and now you can have the best of both worlds. The Boomer Boost will taste much better, and you also can get your own garlic.
Absolutely. Actually, while you're talking about this, I just threw up the new panel on the label onto the screen, so everybody should be able to see. This is actually the panel of everything that's in the newest formulation. You can see we have the spinach powder and the monk fruit extract that's been put in there. The things that Bob was talking about, this phosphatidylcholine, arginine, they're all in there. You know, you can see them all in there. You also have one of the things that a lot of supplements don't provide you all in one is going to be the threonine, the cysteine. You're talking about the amino acids.
Yeah, and especially as people get older, it becomes vitally important to maintain your muscle weight, and the branched chain amino acids are really great for that.
Mm-hmm.
You very rarely see a formula that includes not only the essential amino acids, but the branched chain amino acids as well, along with the cofactors that really help. And so this is the type of thing that as people try it, almost everyone right away says, wow, I feel more energy.
Mm-hmm.
But then over time, all these other benefits start to kick in. It helps with their pain because there's a lot of antioxidants in Boomer Boost. You have trimethylglycine, which is extremely valuable. There's a compound called homocysteine, which is highly inflammatory that your body has. And the trimethylglycine cleaves it into two parts, both of which are actually good for you.
Nice.
So that's in there. You also have vitamin A, C, and E, the ACE vitamins. You have selenium and zinc, all of which are antioxidants, which help reduce pain. And you also have grape skin extract.
Yes.
That contains a proanthocyanin, which is highly anti-inflammatory.
Another one that is a good antioxidant. You've got the hawthorn berry extract in there.
Yes,
that's something that was one of the things during the original formulation that we insisted. That's very important for the mix.
Yes, and there's lots of studies about hawthorn berry and the health of your heart.
Mm-hmm.
So that's important. There's also glutathione is in this product, and glutathione does many things, but one of the things that it does is it recharges the other antioxidants. So an antioxidant molecule will negate a free radical that could cause damage to your body, but then itself, it now has been chemically altered in the interaction, and the glutathione will recharge it so it can neutralize another and another and another free radical.
Yeah. So when you're talking about the cellular level, this provides what the mitochondria needs to perform. And when we talk about energy creation, the exact process is the Krebs cycle, right? And you're talking about ATP, which is what I believe is what's produced from
It's
the Krebs
produced
cycle.
in the Krebs cycle as the beginning phase of the electron transport chain.
Gotcha.
So essentially, human life is a series of donations of electrons to atoms and molecules that create extremely complex processes all throughout the body. So every cell has mitochondria which does many things. A mitochondria actually has its own DNA.
Mm-hmm.
And
Interesting.
the mitochondria produces energy as one of its functions in this Krebs cycle. Now, the Krebs cycle has many phases to it and requires nutrients along the way to continue the chain reaction in those phases. So the vitamins and coenzyme Q10 are crucial for that. And the end result is the production of adenosine triphosphate, the molecule of energy, which now is powering all the other metabolic pathways in your body. So without mitochondria, there's no life. The mitochondria is producing this molecule of energy that is just allowing you to ambulate, allowing you to think. Every cell in your body is dependent upon this energy. And so it behooves us to know how that works and to know which specific nutrients are required for that cycle, that Krebs cycle, and to make sure that all of them are in the Boomer Boost and that they're in the right ratios, not too much of one and not enough of another. But the scientific research shows us what those ratios are, and Boomer Boost is formulated with those ratios as a guiding principle.
Absolutely. And so the type of energy the ATP is produced it's very different than the type of energy you would get from something that was a stimulant like caffeine or another type of those energy producing things. Really, when you look at caffeine, I think caffeine makes you feel like you have more energy, but you're really, isn't it just making your heart
constricting your blood vessels?
That's what it is.
And so when your blood vessels are constricted, your heart has to beat faster and harder in order to get blood to your extremities, to your brain. And so all of a sudden you feel this pick-me-up because your circulation system has gone into hyperdrive because it's been constricted down. And so that's not the best way to feel more energetic. The reason that I drink coffee, the bulletproof coffee, is not for constriction of my blood vessels, but rather because there are very nutritious oils in the coffee. If it's prepared in the right way, you don't want to put it through a paper filter because those oils get filtered out, and those oils are really good for your brain. And instead of constricting your blood vessels to get this artificial high, what you want to do is put nutrients in that stimulate you to make more ATP.
Real natural energy.
Real energy, more energy of electrons, not just
a feeling of energy from a side effect of your heart beating faster.
That's right.
Yeah, so that's the type of thing that I think people are used to feeling when they feel energy, as opposed to, because a lot of people rely on caffeine and things like that.
They call it jittery energy.
Jittery, and that. Thank you. Yeah, so the jittery energy, I think, is something that people have gotten used to, and sometimes when they don't feel that, they may feel that they aren't getting energy. But one of the things that I've noticed, not just with this new formulation, but with Boomer Boost in general, is it's not a peak energy and then a low. It's a nice sustained energy. And one of the things that definitely helps me kind of stay in touch with is everything in a row. I feel like, okay, knock this out, then go to the next one, as opposed to going here and then jumping here. Helps me stay a little more focused on what the actual tasks are and completing them, as opposed to jumping from one to the other, which I guess that's a nice thing.
Yeah, and this is a product for your life. So people know how important nutrition is. They'll go and buy these 20 bottles of pills, some of this, some of that, some of that. They have gotten their information from multiple different sources, and they're doing their best to feel better. But when you actually have the right product and it's easy to take, number one, you take it all the time.
That's
It's
half the
because
battle.
it's so easy to do, you actually take it every day and you begin to change your whole body because it's well nourished, probably for the first time in your life. Because when you were a child, you might have had lots of energy, but you probably also didn't have the best nourishment. Kids are hard to feed healthy food to,
Picky too.
picky
They can
eaters,
be picky.
etc. And so as you get older and you have access to Boomer Boost, what happens is many aspects of your life change because when your brain is alert and you feel strong and energetic, you tend to do a lot more. And if you're focused and you have your goals and your life path all settled and you deploy your energy onto those aspects of your life that bring you joy and bring prosperity
Mhm.
to yourself, your family, your friends. It's much more than just a powdered drink. It really is fuel for all the aspects of your life.
Yeah, and it's actually something that when you think about it, what you said that rings with me is being able to do it easily every day. Because you could find something that works, but if it's difficult, if it's something that it's hard to remember or it's too much, more than likely you're not going to continue on with it. And so the easy part is something that I think everybody can use because nothing's getting easier in the world today. So if you can have something you can rely on that's easy to use and actually brings benefit for you, I mean, you've found something good. And I feel like that's what Boomer Boost is for many people. Actually, just so you know, I have a comment from a listener here. Just so you know is their screen name. I'm going to show it here. It says, I can't wait to get more of this amazing product. One of the best supplements I have ever experienced. So, it's those type of things that help us know that it's not just a placebo effect when we take it. There's thousands of reviews that we have that are very similar to
You know,
that. If you go to boomerboost.com, you can actually see those things. And there's some in there, and you can find some really long ones and
yeah,
how it's really helped turn around some people's health. It's quite amazing. And so that's one of the things that keeps us going, that keeps us improving the formula. Like we said, most of the ingredients that we kind of replaced were to make it more accessible to people.
yeah,
We don't want to take it away from people. We want to include more people with the ability to use it.
yeah.
So I think we accomplished it.
Raleigh, one of the things that is not in Boomer Boost is iron.
Oh, yes. We
Yeah.
were talking about this in the meeting this morning. This is very
So
interesting.
scientists have known for a long time that having too much iron in your blood is a bad thing. And the reason is that when you're making energy in your mitochondria, like we just described, there are compounds that come off of that process that are not necessarily beneficial. One is hydrogen peroxide. And if you have a lot of excess iron that's not being used by your hemoglobin, that iron combines with it, with the hydrogen peroxide, and creates what's called an ROS, a reactive oxygen species, which is a free radical, and it damages your mitochondria,
Mm.
right?
Yeah, that's something we talk about a lot. So these free radicals, they're kind of just laying havoc because of the amount of inflammation and damage that they cause, which that damage is actually causing us to age quicker, right? The more inflammation, the more damage we get, the higher our inflammation level, faster we burn,
Yes.
the faster we age.
And today was the release of a study that actually finished up about a week ago
Mm.
that is talking about Alzheimer's disease and how the researchers into Alzheimer's disease and vascular dementia
Mm-hmm.
believe that the damage in the cells in your brain is being caused by excess iron.
Yes.
So,
Crazy.
and we've known for a long time that excess iron was bad for your brain, but this study is now showing the exact pathway and the result of the damage to these brain cells that is creating a cascade of death of cells that's creating Alzheimer's and vascular dementia. So one of the things you absolutely want to do is know your iron level. Now, there's lots of different iron tests, and we can do a whole show on iron coming up soon.
I think we should. I think we should do a focus on it.
But just in general, you want to know your iron level, and you don't want it to be too high. So there's a range. The recommendation is keep it at about the 25th percentile to 30th percentile. So if the range was 1 to 100, you want yours to be about 30. Now, it's not too low to have enough for your hemoglobin, but it's also not too high to be causing Alzheimer's disease.
These free radical oxygen species. Yeah.
So there, you won't ever see iron in the Boomer Boost, and that's the reason why.
Yeah, no, that's something that I think you said just came out today, right?
They started pushing it through the media today, but the study actually was finished up, and they started to release the papers on it around the 5th of September.
So iron. Okay, so iron. Be careful of iron intake. It can possibly lead to Alzheimer's and dementia.
Yeah. So we'll do a show on that later. Yeah. We'll get that article. We'll go through it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
There
are some doctors that already have recommendations on what to do.
Perfect.
Even before this study. So we'll pull all that out and share it with people.
And we've always told people to be very careful of your iron level.
Yeah.
Because we know we work with a guy who has a high iron level, and he has to go donate blood.
Yeah.
Because consistently, not just once in every while. He's got to go consistently to do it to keep that level down. Because of course we don't want any brain problems around here.
Yeah.
So again, just for anybody who's joining, we are talking about Boomer Boost's new formula. We kind of just wrapping it up, I think.
Yeah.
But before we go, I just wanted to throw the panel back on there, so everybody could take one last look before we said goodbye. We now have 68 new ingredients. They are optimal for body health, and really one of the things I have to say too is the flavor. But making those few little tweaks to it, it tastes. If I have to compare it to something, it tastes very similar to the original formula. It's almost like Coca-Cola. Try it again for the first time, because it's very good. I enjoy it, and I have to say, in this particular formulation, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like the energy hits you a little bit quicker. I don't know if you feel that way, but
yeah. I do too. I've been hearing that from a few people.
Have you? Okay, yeah, because I didn't know if it was just me, but I feel like it hits you a little bit quicker than the earlier formula, which that's never a bad thing.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Good. Well, thanks, Raleigh.
Yeah, let me take this down. Let's sign off here. Let me take down there we go. And before we say goodbye, we'll say thank you, and we'll see you on the next show.
Thank you.